Jessica G tells me that new parents are always grateful for diapers. Several family-sized packs jostle about in the shopping cart I walked up the grocery store premises. Janice used to say if you just look sure of yourself and move fast, then no one will ever question what you're up to. She was right. No one even noticed. This, or I guess Jessica. The shopping cart, however, will not make it on the bus. To keep pushing it along, I must walk to my destination. The wind laughs at me, and my perspiration freezes to my skin. Was I supposed to be on call today? Is Butcher? Is Janice? The hills are hell on it, and the rest of what's left of my uterus. I don't remember changing my pad before I left. I don't remember much of anything, outside knowing to follow the chirps of my phone's GPS for directions, shards of ice, a broken nose, and his finger pads. Janice appears in the shopping cart at the last stop sign I have to encounter before I've reached my destination, legs dangling over one wired edge. You told your mother about us? I nod at you. I hadn't even told them. It was implied. Nice coat. Jessica, watch out for the car. No need to die twice. Sorry. The three bloody musketeers crossed the 700 feet left to finish the journey. Butcher and his girlfriend live with his parents in their family house. 2 centuries ago, it was a plantation. The surrounding yard still sprouts wild cotton in the summer. I leave the shopping cart in a flower bed, ensuring the wheels crush their pedals as I roll them over, back and forth, back and forth. Once satisfied, I pile the diapers into a few stacks that I manage, tower by tower, to the front door. Janice and Jessica G watch my efforts from the porch swing. I think 10 boxes might have been overkill, Jessica whispers. I walk past them when I'm done and reach the front door's knocker. 2 taps later, and a middle-aged woman with gray hair is greeting me, cooing at the diapers and telling me that she is Butcher's soon-to-be mother-in-law. His mother is stuck in surgery. His father probably just didn't want to come and didn't care to make up an excuse. She ushers me into some grand room where the slave masters must have had their dinner parties and where the rest of my cohort gaffs and lounges now, warmed by cocktails and macarons. Little Butcher and his brother giggle across the walls in portraits with baseball bats in their hands, then sheathed in black face paint and gold jerseys, then branded with first and second debate club ribbons. My fellow residents' puzzled expressions tell me that I must be late and that I'm still wearing my scrubs. I look down, panicked, caught. They are clean. Hey, oh my goodness, we didn't think you'd make it. Butcher's girlfriend gathers me into a hug. No it gets on her dress. The others grin and wave their hellos, like we've been friends the whole time and they didn't just invite me for fear I'd hear of it offhand afterwards and hate them. Alibis. I was at work, I explained breezily. Someone gives me a cocktail. It is fruity. I gulp it down. I am dehydrated. Laughter. I blame it on a long day. Alibis. A glass of wine is in my hand now. They are discussing our supervisor, our deliberations and specialties. Still thinking about switching to gynae? Someone points at me. I barely want to be a doctor anymore, or a person. More laughter. She's just being humble, Butcher's girlfriend counters. Your supervisor says you're a natural. Butch was so jealous. He told me last night she was raving about you. About causing my death? Jessica G interjects from the gift table. She is frowning at the impressive spread. Last night, I say carefully, kept a laboring woman alive all by herself long enough for an attending to get out of surgery and take over. That must have been so scary. I missed the hospital, but I can't help but be a little grateful for how things shook out in the end. And what was that supposed to have been, a 16-hour shift? How are you still standing? No wonder you got to go home early. I stopped comparing myself to a woman sometime after my middle school boyfriend cheated on me for not kissing him on a dare at a birthday party. I stopped feeling sorry for myself after my mother kicked me out for kissing a girl at senior prom. I size up Butcher's fiancée. Her freckled skin, her brown, freshly conditioned, hormone-lustrous hair, her round belly. She's beaming at me, healthily jealous, in secret mourning for her career, but happy for my success. For me. I never wanted to be a mother, I remember in this moment. Not truly. I was never taught how. I just didn't want to be alone anymore. I want my program supervisor's life. Sunburn. Itless. But in this moment, I want to be her. Didn't you hear her? Jessica says. I'm alive somewhere, holding on to my preemie for dear life somewhere. You didn't kill me. An attending got to me in time. You got to me in time. Janice scoffs. I think she would have preferred if you were a ghost. Makes me make more sense. I give Butcher's fiance the warmest smile I can muster. It hurts my cheeks. I envy the janitors. Everyone laughs again. I watch her. She starts to too, but then seems to remember the well-used joke. Her eyes travel downwards, like they're about to stop at my breast, but then she takes in my red coat. Her smile warps. Yes. Yes! The butcher himself slices through the front door just as his girlfriend hurls all over her tea sandwich. He is at her side in an instant, carting her off, rubbing her shoulders, her hair. The women of our cohort coo their sympathy and go on eating their hors d'oeuvres. Janice follows the soon-to-bes. Jessica remains by the gift table. Janice, I say. She flashes her tongue at me as she disappears behind a corner. Butcher's mother-in-law is giving me a strange look. I ask to go splash my face with water, and she tells me where the guest bathroom is. I go to find Janice instead. She's standing outside a door, face pressed against the wood. She sees me watching and waves me over. Getting good. I join her. The lovers are yelling. About me. I feel honored. The way she looks at me and the things she said, I just remembered, and she's wearing the coat that looks like, did something happen? Did you date her? She liked me. She asked me out in December, as soon as you left for bed rest. I turned her down, baby, that's all. I remember the ice. I remember his hands. I do not make myself forget the ice or his hands. Janice takes one of mine now and squeezes. Maybe our girl just hates thinking of you with other women as much as I do. I'm sorry. Why didn't you tell me? I shouldn't have tried to be nice. Should never have invited her. I can get rid of her, baby, if you want. Say the word. Janice tugs at me. We find the guest bathroom. I splash my face with water and recognize myself in the mirror. We go back to Jessica at the gift table. Something warm is traveling down my leg. I did not change my pad. You had a dream about killing him, Janice says. And you smiled in the dream. You looked beautiful. Jessica awes at us and then is missed, elsewhere with her not so it anymore. Janice sits her hands on my middle. I melt like I always did when she was alive. I think we should dream for a little while longer. I nod, relieved. She'll stay. The wine is singing in me, as sucrose enriched as she was in my mouth. We stare at Butcher's girlfriend's shower gifts. I wonder if I should make a graceful exit now, before I am excommunicated for a crime I did not commit. I am the other woman, my dead fetus, the love child. Even her it gags at the sight of me. But Janice is here, and Jessica is not a ghost. I simply cannot be awake. If it had been a girl, Janice whispers into my hair, would you have named her after me? My eyes fall on a familiar-looking box in one corner. There is a slight tinge of scrubbed-out red on one of its edges. A big pink bow covers the rest of the damage my forehead left behind. The car seat. We'd like you to go. It's said so quietly, so high and unsure of itself, I almost think I've hallucinated it, like everything else. I just wanted to forget for a while. We'd prefer it. I forgot, and you're remembering. If you left and didn't make too much of a scene, our baby's dead, and you're wilting. I turn. Butcher looms before me, expressionless, purposeful. He is a mirage in Merlot. It's better this way, he says. For me, just me. His mouth is not moving with the shape of his words. They look like they're forming my name. Oh, right. That's what it was. I called my mother, I say, and I told her. And she didn't care. I laugh. Now it is funny. Everything about this is funny. Butcher, I don't even think I care. Butcher is still shimmering. Maybe I did kill you that night. I'm sorry. I have a baby on the way. I have a father who was already satisfied with the first son he got. I have a brother I hate for saving lives so fashionably. That's no excuse, but it's mine. The one I would use if I ever really apologized, if I ever really wanted to. But I wanted to forget, and I did. I forgot everything, like I said I would, and I gave it all to you. You were right to be scared, I say. I am feverish with his truth, and at last with mine. If you really were, I was pregnant. I was pregnant, and I would have named her Janice. But I broke my it like a yoke with a wire hanger. Then I hit it with a dictionary like you slapped my hand, like your brother struck you, and then I buried what was left of it in naproxen because I dreamed of her becoming a boy, and I dreamed of her becoming you, and I am not Janice, and it would not be Mitchie. I am my own Mitchie. That night, with the ice in my hands, by the time I got home, I had forgotten already. When I got there, I studied for the boards for hours. I went to sleep beside my fiancée, kissed her lips and her belly goodnight. I'd forgotten to wash my hands because I'd forgotten you. Your cum got on her nightgown. I laugh. I used the hanger and the dictionary and the naproxen. I killed it. I fell back asleep. And then I had a dream about killing you. It was the best dream I've ever had in my life. I keep having it. Janice lets go of me. Or maybe I let go of her when I go to bend and grab for the only box in the grand pile that is familiar to me. I'm having it again. Butcher watches as I raise it above my head, expressionless, purposeful. I was myself that night, he confirms, angel of death, and I would have killed you and fucked you again after if I hadn't remembered I had to study. I'll do it again tonight when she thinks you're gone. I'll be fast, baby. The box comes down over his head. He crumbles. I follow him. I am glee. Everything is funny. Anything is funny. The box is not as heavy as I thought it'd be. I am bashing my butcher's face into the car seat he bought for his future child. The dead one he forced into me finishes its fall to his floor. I am not fast. I card my fingers through his hair. His head falls from my hands. Bloodied brown hair streaks the carpet, gets into bits of sick. It is curly. It is brown. The hair is brown. The hair is brown. Her hair has come away from my hands. Her head has come away from my hands. Her blood is on my hands. I wipe it on my front, expecting the image to fade. I blink. Do no harm, 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 Jesus Christ. The blood is still sticking to the fabric of my clothes and stains my palms. Under me, Butcher's fiance's neck is broken, and she is dead. Or maybe she's just having a baby. I grow away of the screaming. It is not Jessica's or mine, alone, persevering. It is a chorus. A dirge for it. The air is drenched in iron. That's from Butcher's girlfriend. And notes of bleach. That's from my scrubs. The cacophony of the emergency room. I search for Janice. She's dead too. I need to change my pad.